Whew, boy. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Let me say right now, I know Primetime Phil is down there and Karen Dugan, um, as well as a lot of people that actually follow this channel. The hurricane is hitting, and my thoughts and prayers are out to all you guys. Please be safe, and I hope this thing gets out of there and hopefully doesn't do too much damage. But definitely, I've seen the effects of hurricanes from in the Florida Everglades. First Miami Super Bowl I got to go to. This was a couple of years after the hurricane happened, that we were actually in the Florida Everglades, where this sugarcane community that was destroyed. And 2 years later, there were still blue tarps on people's roofs. I've been to New Orleans, of course, after Katrina, and seeing the devastation there, and even to Puerto Rico, where we went over and rebuilt houses. It's no joke, and it can be devastating what the power of Mother Nature can be. So it will take time to get people back on their feet and get their power back on, to get their homes taken care of, and everything else. And this is where we as people need to come together to look out for others. Tomorrow's already Thursday and week number 4 in the NFL. My God, it seems like we just were playing the New York Giants, and here it is. It's already week number 4. We've had the first practice this week, be it a walkthrough. Today, Dak didn't practice. He's got the swelling on his finger and on his thumb that needs to get out before he can really start rehabbing and stuff on that. We have some other players that are injured that hopefully will get back out on the field. And I had a great time with Rio. Rio, Washington Commanders fan, who will be here in the house Sunday for the game. Rio is putting his mouth where his mouth is. Rio said if the Washington Commanders lose to the Cowboys, he will eat one of the Pacquiao blue chips, which is interesting because I had forgotten that DMV had said if the Cowboys beat the Giants and the Washington Commanders, he'd eat a blue chip. So you know what that means. We all got to root for the Cowboys to win, because right after the game would be 2, not 1, but 2 people eating the Pacquiao chip. And boy, that could, oh my God. That might just break the internet here. Having the Cowboys, the Giants, the Eagles, and the Cowboys, of course, playing all at 1 o'clock. And after the 1 o'clock games, seeing 2 guys eat chips. So please, 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 Cowboys, please win. Oh, my goodness. So one of the questions Rio asked me was, how do the Cowboys get a win? Well, to me, it's no secret. Basic football of what the Cowboys can do well. Last year, let's take the San Francisco 49er game. The game that, everybody will point to and say, Dak Prescott, you're a loser, serving that hot L. But what they won't look at is the problem for the Cowboys. 77 yards running the football. 169 yards for San Francisco running the football. My man DMV, who might be eating the chip on Sunday, he said a quote that has stuck with me for all these years. When you control the middle of the field, you control the field. And what is right there in the middle of the field between the hash marks? It's the trenches. The trenches is where you live and die in football. Yeah, sometimes you can win without winning the trenches, but it's fewer and far between. The reality is if you can control the line of scrimmage, you got a hell of a lot better chance of winning. If you can keep your quarterback upright and keep him from being pressured, he'll have enough time to deliver the ball to the receivers. If you can control the line of scrimmage and run the football, then you can force the defense's hand to put more people in the middle. And vice versa. If you can shut down the offense from running the football and make the offense one-dimensional, then you can have your defensive linemen and your defensive ends pin their ears back and just say, we're getting upfield and going after the quarterback. There's nothing more fundamental than that. And the Cowboys have some horses they can run with. It shouldn't be, I don't actually care who starts between Tony and Zeke because I need both of them. This is John Riggins and Joe Washington. This is Robert Newhouse and Tony Dorsett. This is, I need both of those guys working together to pound the rock so we can control the field and control the tempo. And I need my man Micah Parsons to be that leader. And you can see Micah Parsons literally said, I don't care if I was so sick that I'm crapping my pants. I'm going to still be out there. Well, I tell you, if you're actually crapping your pants, your pass rushes might be even more effective. Because I'm not sure they're going to want to stop you with crapping your pants. So, by all means, go for it. That's how the Cowboys can get a win here. That's how the Cowboys can go on and win down the stretch. That's how the Cowboys, if they make it to the playoffs, can win in the playoffs. It's not rocket science. So many times we see teams that are just throwing the football around. It's very rarely that you see the circus teams that are throwing 400-yard games consistently going all the way. It's that balanced team. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys have the best defense we've had in a long time. We are solid all three phases of this game. But not only that, with Turpin and Maher, I got to say it, Maher looks a lot better than he did his last go-round. And with Turpin actually getting good returns, it's helping our team all the way around. And so I look at this and say, between our offensive line with Tyler Smith put in there, especially with Jason Peters, our offensive line is better than last year. I will say right now, Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott, both healthy, are better than the way they finished off last year. I will say our linebacking core and our defensive line are better than they were last year. And I will say that this team will get better as the year goes on, as you start adding a Michael Gallup. Tyron Smith was in the locker room walking past people today. If we end up having Tyron Smith, who's back in the fold by the end of the year, as a backup, my God, all these things bode well for a team for the long haul. Now, I know the talking heads out there don't believe in the Cowboys. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop, that Mike McCarthy's not the guy, Kellen Moore's an idiot, Dak Prescott will come back and mess them up, Zeke is done and so on, and Jerry Jones will do something to screw it all up. I know that's what. And maybe, we're all punch drunk from the things that have happened in the past. But I will say, a Cowboys team that went on the road to a division rival that was undefeated, that was fired up, that their fans were there in numbers, is now as hell without your starting tight end, without your starting quarterback, without your starting tackle, without your starting safety. That those guys went up there and took care of business. When I get those guys back, and as these young guys, and make no mistake about it, We are the third youngest team in the NFL. These guys still have a lot to learn. That they will get better as the season progresses. Now, you can say the Eagles are great, that they are, the best team in football. I'm not ready to buy that one just yet. They haven't faced any adversity yet. And the teams that they've beaten so far, none of them had more than 5 wins last year. Now, I get it. They're looking good. But I'll say a team that gets 9 sacks and 2 takeaways and only scores 24 points in all in the first half, you might be a little bit worried about that. But then again, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. But 12 personnel. 12 personnel. All right, good people. It's been a great day. But then again, any day that I wake up and can get out of bed is a great day. And one more time, my prayers for everybody in Florida right now. And don't forget, tell the people you love them. Because you might not get the chance again. Peace out.